Welcome back to my channel for another video. This one is going to be a gentle flow, so I thought it was a good one because we can do it anywhere, anytime, and hopefully you'll get all the benefits. So adapt as you need to make it either stronger or to chill it out a little bit, depending on how you feel today. We're going to start in a child's pose. So come to a child's pose at the base of your mat. Walk the hands out in front of you, elbows to floor. Forehead goes to floor. And let the belly soften down. Sink the hips and relax through the shoulders. Settling down the mind. Taking a big inhale from the lower belly. And then exhaling softly out through the nose. Inhale, breathe in from the lower belly. And then exhale softly through the nose. One more of those. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale softly. On the next inhale, we're going to lift the forehead slightly. And then we're going to take the right arm and feed it all the way through and underneath that left armpit. Your right ear might come down to the floor, or you might be up a little higher. 2 more breaths. And then forehead lifts off, right arm comes all the way back through, and we switch over. So left feeds under the right armpit, left ear may come to the floor. Two more breaths. Then we inhale, peel the forehead off, pull the arm all the way back through, and we're going to make our way to a yogi squat. So walk the hands towards you, tuck the toes under, and just roll yourself all the way up to a yogi squat. Take a little rock from side to side, maybe push out the thighs to stretch everything. And then come back to stillness when you are ready in your yogi squat. Palms together, the elbows push the knees out wide and the chest presses forward. 3 breaths. If you're up a little higher, don't worry. It's quite a strong pose for the hips. Final breath in. Then we inhale to lift up slightly, take the toes forward and then bring the knees all the way down. We're going to come to a tabletop position. Untuck the toes and really spread through the fingers. Taking some movement through the spine. We're going to inhale, the tailbone goes to sky first, and then the middle and the upper back arch, gaze forward. We exhale to take the tailbone round through the middle and the upper back. And then we inhale, tailbone to sky, middle, upper back arches, pull the shoulders back. We exhale, tuck the tailbone round through the back. Final time. Inhaling, make this your biggest one, arching through the back, pull the shoulders. Then we exhale, tuck the tailbone round through the spine. Come back to neutral in your tabletop. We're going to swivel that right leg out to the side and then extend the left leg. So we're facing the side of the mat. You might need to adjust slightly. And then the left arm comes all the way up, so we're in a modified side plank. You can stay here, or you can begin to point through that left toe and pull the leg all the way up, squeezing on the glutes and just holding for 2 breaths. Point through the toes to engage the full leg. Then we're going to exhale, bend the left leg, take the left arm back behind and the hand grabs through the foot. Push the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot. Just one more breath. And then on the exhale, we release back to our side plank. Left foot and hand come all the way down, swivel the right leg. And then squeeze your left knee all the way in, taking it to a lizard pose. So your left leg is on the outside of the hands. And we're going to sink the hips down into a lizard. Might be a little strong. You might need blocks underneath the hands. Just see how you feel. There's an option to come all the way down onto the elbows if you want a little more. And we're going to hold for 3 breaths. If you're on the elbows, focus on squeezing that left knee in closer towards you to strengthen up through the hip. Final breath in. And then we inhale to come back up onto the hands. And then the left hand goes on the left thigh. We exhale to push the thigh out wide. So we're going to lean back. You can stay here, or you can squeeze in that back leg. Left hand reaches back to grab the foot, to take it into a quad stretch. 3 breaths. Final breath in your lizard. And then if you have the foot, you can let go. Left arm comes all the way back and over, taking it back to your tabletop position. Just take a wiggle through the spine, through the hips, before we move onto the other side. So spread your fingers out wide in your tabletop, this time swiveling the left leg out to the side, right leg extends and right arm comes up. Engage through that right leg, point through the toes, and then if you can, we're going to squeeze the leg all the way up so it's in line with the hip. Squeeze on the glutes and hold for 2 more breaths. And then bend up that right leg, right hand reaches back to grab hold of the foot. Push the hand into the foot and the foot into the hand to give you more of a back bend. Just 1 more breath. And then release the hand, take it back to your side plank. The hand and the foot come all the way down, swivel the left leg, and then right leg squeezes all the way forward to your lizard pose. Adjust as you need to get comfortable and then sink the hips as far down as you can. Either on blocks, on the fingertips with the chest forward, or coming down onto the elbows. squeezing that right knee all the way in towards you. You should be able to feel the strength of your hip joint when you use it to squeeze it in. 3 breaths. And then the inhale brings you back up onto the hands if you're not there already. The right hand goes on the right thigh and we push it out to the side and lean back. If this is enough, you can stay here or squeeze in that back leg. Right hand goes behind to grab the foot. If you're grabbing the foot, pull it in as close as you can to stretch through the quad. 2 more breaths. Then release the foot, bring the arm all the way back up and over, and then take the right leg all the way back to a tabletop. We're going to come all the way down to a Sphinx pose to stretch out the hips. So coming onto the elbows, and then dropping the hips down to the floor. You're going to press the pubic bone down into the floor, engage through the glutes, and then we're going to pull the chest through. So squeeze the shoulder blades back, chest comes through to lengthen all the way through this front body. 2 more breaths. And then we're going to tuck the toes under, hands come under the shoulders. We push our way all the way to our first downward facing dog. You can take a pedal through the legs and focus on a flat spine. And then coming back to stillness in your downward facing dog. Relax through your neck, shake your head yes, and shake it no. And then we're going to walk our way all the way up to the front of the mat. So just bend through the knees and take as many steps as you need to come all the way up to the front. Hang out in your forward fold. And then we're going to come slowly all the way up to a standing position. Take the shoulders back, palms facing the front. So big toes touch, come to the front of your mat. Close down the eyes and take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale to sigh it out through the mouth. Then eyes flutter open, palms together. We reach all the way up on the inhale. And then we exhale to fold it all the way down towards your forward fold. Inhaling to come halfway, hands on the shins, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, hands go down, step it back to your high plank. Knees come down, shift the weight forward, chest and chin to the floor. And then we roll forward to our baby cobra. So squeeze the elbows together, chest lifts slightly. And then we exhale, push our way to our downward facing dog. Staying for 5 breaths. You can take a pedal and a press like we did before, or you can stay in stillness in your down dog. And then gaze forward, bend through the knees, step all the way to the front. Come back to your halfway lift, hands on the shins, pull the shoulders. We exhale to forward fold. Then we inhale, palms come together, come all the way up to the sky. Round 2, we go straight back down on the exhale. Hands to floor, forward fold. We inhale to halfway, flat back. Exhale, hands go down, high plank. Knees down, shift it forward and the chest and the chin come to the floor. We inhale to roll forward for our baby cobra, or perhaps you want to go full cobra. And then we exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog, 5 breaths. Inhaling for 3. And then we inhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or perhaps jump all the way to the front, come up to your halfway lift. Hands can be on the shins or the floor. Exhale, take it to forward fold. And then we inhale, hands come together, come all the way up. Hands come to prayer. And we take them down by our side for our Tadasana mountain pose. So, feet are about hip width apart, hands come to prayer. We bring the right knee to chest and flex through those right toes. We pick a focal point that is not moving. Then we take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right arm reaches forward. You can stay here, or you can begin to open out that right arm. Take it to the side, perhaps to the back. Your gaze can stay forward, or if you want to challenge yourself, your gaze can come to the side, potentially all the way back. 2 more breaths, stay strong. Inhale for 1. And then we come all the way back to the front, as wobbly as you may be. Hands come to prayer. We take the leg all the way back to a high lunge. Arms come up. Then exhale to a warrior 2. Bending into the left knee and sink the hips down. Relax through the shoulders. Tuck the tailbone under. 1 more breath. Then we inhale to reverse the warrior. So we flip that left palm, take the left arm up and over. Just 1 more breath. And then we exhale, take that left hand back behind us. Clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale to pull the shoulders back. And then we exhale to drop the chest on the inside of the leg to a humble warrior. Chest comes all the way forward. 2 more breaths. Then we're going to release the hands, take the left hand beyond the toes, right hand comes on the hip. We shift it all the way forward to a half moon. So right leg is all the way up, flex the toes. Maybe extend the right arm. Inhale for 2. Inhale, final breath. Then we soften that bottom leg, step it back to a warrior 2. Come all the way up, reset and sink the hips down. We're then going to windmill the arms all the way to frame the front foot. Swivel the back toes, right hand presses down. Left arm comes up to take a twist. Inhale for 1. And then we're going to roll onto that back foot, squeeze the leg all the way over to a side plank. Now press the hips up higher. If this is a bit much, you can always bring that bottom knee down like we did at the beginning. We're going to hold for 3. Hold for 2. And hold for 1. And then reach it all the way over, come to a high plank. Press it back to a downward facing dog. And just take a minute to reset, potentially come down to a child's pose if you wish. Two more breaths wherever you are. And then if you're not there already, make your way back to your downward facing dog. And we're going to inhale to look forward, bend through the knees, step or jump all the way to the front. Come up to your halfway lift with a flat back. We exhale to forward fold. We inhale to roll ourselves all the way back up to a standing position. Take a roll through the shoulders. We're going to repeat that all on the other side. This time we're going to bend into the left knee, bring it up to 90 degrees and flex through those left toes. Pick your focal point, and the right hand goes on the outside of the left knee. Left arm reaches forward. Staying here, or that left arm begins to open all the way out to the side and over to the back. Maybe the gaze comes all the way round. Inhale for 2. Exhale for 2. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. And then begin to bring the gaze back first, and then the arm slowly comes back. The hands come to prayer, and we slowly step it back to our high lunge. Arms come to sky, and we exhale out to a warrior 2, bending into the right knee this time. Relax through the shoulders and sink the hips down. 2 more breaths. Then we inhale to flip the right palm, reverse the warrior, so right arm up and over. Inhale for 1. And then the exhale, take the right hand behind. We clasp the hands behind the back, pull the shoulders back. And then we exhale to fold the chest all the way down on the inside of the leg. 3 breaths, the chest coming forward. Inhale for 1. And then unclasp the hands. The right hand goes beyond the right toes. The left hand goes on the left hip. And we shift it all the way forwards to a half moon. So flexing through the left toes. Maybe that arm extends all the way up. 2 more breaths. Then we exhale and step it back to a warrior 2. Come all the way up. Inhale, final breath. And then exhale to windmill the arms all the way down. Swivel the back toes, left hand plants, right arm comes up, take a twist. And just one breath in your twist. Then we're gonna drop the outer left foot down, swivel the hips and make our way to a side plank. Perhaps that left knee comes down. You need a bit more support. Otherwise, 3 breaths in your side plank. Push the hips up to the ceiling. Grip the fingertips to the floor. 2 more breaths. Inhale for 1. And then we exhale, take it to a high plank. Swivel the feet. Take it back to a downward facing dog. We're going to take the right leg up to the sky. Squeeze the knee to our chest and take a pigeon pose. So the right shin comes all the way down and then the hips come down to the floor. It might be enough for you to stay upright in your pigeon, or if you wish, you can come all the way down onto the elbows, maybe forehead comes down. Three breaths in your pigeon pose. And then begin to bring yourself back up onto the hands. We're going to drop that right hip to floor and swivel to face the side of the mat. So we pull that right knee in close, left leg stays extended. Drop the left hand to the floor, right arm reaches all the way up and over to take a side bend. One more breath. Then the inhale, we reach the arms all the way back to the front and we take it back to our downward facing dog on the exhale. Press through the shoulders, heels press down to the floor. Left leg goes to sky, inhale. We exhale, knee comes to chest, step it through and across to your pigeon pose. Adjust where you need, either staying upright or sinking and melting yourself all the way down to the floor. Three more breaths in your pigeon. And then we inhale to walk the hands back towards us, come up, and then drop that left hip all the way down. Swivel over to the side, pull the left leg in close. Right hand drops on the inside of the right leg, left arm comes all the way up and over to take a side bend. Enjoy the stretch all along the side of the body. 2 more breaths. The inhale brings the arms all the way back to where we came from. And then we exhale to take it back to our downward facing dog for a final time today. Then bring the knees down to the floor. Sweep the legs all the way round to the front of the mat and come to lay down onto your back. We're going to bring the knees to our chest. Hug them in close. Then we exhale to take the knees to the left side. Perhaps right arm extends for a spinal twist. And then bring your head back to center. Use your strength to squeeze your knees back into the middle and then take them over to the right side. Left arm extends, we gaze to the left. Then the head comes back to center. Squeeze the knees back into the middle. Pull them into your chest. Head comes up. Squeeze yourself into a nice tight ball. Then exhale, extend everything out. Ready for your Shavasana. A comfortable laying down position. Relaxing all the way back and down. And then begin to invite a little bit of gentle movement, perhaps through the fingers and the toes. Maybe take a stretch. Making your way up to a seated position, however you wish. Crossing up the legs and closing down the eyes. Taking a moment to just be grateful for moving your body in the way that you do and for showing up on your mat today. Hands come to prayer. An inhale brings the thumbs to the forehead. And then if it's in your practice, you can say Namaste. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video on my channel.